Hello friends, how are you this evening? I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to come to you with a quick kind of story time and then a question about it. I am sitting here in this parking lot just after the library, and the parking lot is next to an event center, and there are some people who are on their way in, and they're all dressed fancy, and they're on their way. Oh, you could probably see some behind me. They're very excited, and they all have little gifts, and it's somebody's birthday party, and they're going inside to party. And I am just sitting here very much enjoying the vibes. Like, I love to see the girls in their makeup and their shoes. They all have these strappy sandals on and their little dresses, and they're waiting for their friends, and they have the gifts and everything. And I just love that stuff. And as you know, I don't have any friends. I don't have even a place to go tonight. I'm sitting in this car, and this car is where I sleep. But I still love to see other people having a good time. It warms my heart, and it makes me happy for them. And I want them to have a good time when they go inside. I just have a question for people who are not like that. How do you live? What is your problem? How do you survive? And what is life like for you? Because it has to be so dark. Because I know there's people who don't like that. If they can't be a part of it, or if it's something that they can't access at the time, or whatever it is, they send negative energy for people. And I'm one of those people who people send negative energy to all the time because of how spectacular I am. I'm also funny and down to earth. Okay, I'm sorry. But seriously, I get the energy. I receive it all the time, and I rebuke it. But I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand it. Like, how could you not be happy for happiness? How do you not just match the frequency of happiness and then let it uplift you? Why would you see somebody else having a good time or doing something spectacular and then not like it? Do you know what I mean? Like, if I see somebody, especially if I see somebody who has qualities that I don't have, like if I see a girl with thick, wavy hair, or like whatever it is, I admire it. I go, you go girl. Like, wow, that is super cool. Just because there's stuff that I have that people say that about me, but we can't have it all. But I admire people who have qualities I don't possess. I admire people who are good at math. I admire people who naturally don't curse or whatever it is, just because I love that there's somebody different and that they're doing something different. I like that it's different than me. But I also admire people who are like me. I love a bright smile. You know, I love a person with a great personality. I love skin tone that looks like food. Stuff like that. But I have been uplifted so many times in my life, especially out here living in this car, just by sitting in the park. Like, I write about this in the book. During 2020, the best thing I ever saw were the people who went to this restaurant, or they went to their fast food restaurants or whatever it was. You couldn't go inside, but they came and brought their food to the park instead of going home, which was brand new for most of these people. They would have never thought about that unless the pandemic hit and they were kicked out of the restaurants, you know, per se. And these people were so bold and so brave and so full of life that their first thought was to go to the park and enjoy nature. And I just loved that. I loved seeing that every day. And I was just so proud of those people for just keeping, not just continuing, but thriving in the midst of the chaos. Like, they really went above and beyond. They're like, I'm not just going to go home. I'm going to go outside into the park. That's one up from what they were normally doing. They leveled up during that time. And I wonder if there's any people who kept the habit up, who went to the restaurant, picked their food up, and took it to the park instead, still to this day. That would be really interesting to know. It would be really cool to make like a documentary about the COVID era, and like talk to different types of people, because there's some people who still haven't recovered. There's some people who still want to wear the masks, and I'd love to know what their reasoning behind the masks is. I know that there's a superficial reason, and they're going to say it's because of the germs, but I have a feeling it's about them being self-conscious, maybe not happy with their looks, or maybe they just want to escape, because I write about this in the book as well. I wished that I could walk in 2019. That's when I was made homeless. The whole year, I kept saying to myself, oh my God, the camera's about to cut off. Hold on. Bye. All of 2019, I used to say this every single morning. I wish there was a way that I could have a mask on and walk into these stores and it not be weird. Like I was trying to rack my brain of all the ways, like all the scenarios where I could have a mask on and walk into the store, because I was like, I just want to walk into the store anonymously, because I would be going into the same store every single day, and most of the time it was just to use the restroom. And I just didn't want to be seen as that person who was always coming in to use their bathroom. And I know that you could tell what I look like even without the mask, but I just wanted the anonymity. I was like, how do I do this? And do you know that by the next calendar year, I left California and came back to Las Vegas. By the next time I was in California, everybody had masks on. And I was able to walk in stores for the entire year anonymously. And the anonymity, like, I know people know who you are because the mask is not covering that much, but there's a reason why the superheroes and stuff, they wear a mask. There is something very securing about being behind it. Because there is so much of you that is not exposed. And there were people who I saw afterwards. Did anybody else have this experience where you like met somebody during that time, maybe at a store or whatever it was, and then you stayed in that situation long enough for the thing the quarantine to stop, and then you saw them and you were like, is that what you look like underneath this mask? And not in a bad way or anything, but you're just like, I didn't even imagine you to have lips. Like, it was, I remember that was so funny at the library, because I had a couple of people, and one guy that I just loved. We had the best time. I reblogged a conversation between he and I. Why can I never talk? It was a security guard at the library, and this conversation about the people's the people's temperature being too low. That story was a literal, actual interaction, word for word, with that man. That's how badass that guy is. You ever had somebody, if you're a writer, there's 6 people watch this. 4 of them are me. If you are a writer and you see this, do you have that one friend that is the like all of the dialogue, where you're like, everything this person's, I think I'm that friend for a lot of people, but I don't have any friends, so I'm that friend myself. But you know, that person who just comes with the heat, and you have that kind of chemistry. This security guard and I were like that. And that is, every exchange we had was that funny, but that was just my favorite one. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, the mask. And then when I saw him, I didn't even recognize him. I walked right past him, and he kind of looked at me, and then we were like, oh, wait, are you? I forgot his name, of course, because I'm so bad with names. But he was like a cute man, like an older man, but he was so cute under his mask. But I think that was just because I liked his personality. I have really digressed, haven't I? What was I talking about at the beginning of this video? I guess we'll have to restart it to see. All right, thank you.